welcome. Okay, so a couple things. I am doing a curriculum plan with me because I just had a huge brainstorming session last night. Um, I couldn't sleep after it because I was just on my phone typing away, and I was laying in bed, and I should have been sleeping because this morning I woke up at like 5:30. Actually, it was 5:55 when I woke up because I remember seeing 5:55. Um, and it was exhausting, and all day was really hard. And then the principal came and talked to me, and I was really nervous, but it wasn't about me. It was about work drama. And I get very uncomfortable around that kind of stuff. Like, this is an actual situation, I think, maybe, possibly. Anyways, so that made me all really uncomfortable. And I was so tired. And, like, communicating was just hard. And then I drove home, and here we are, a couple hours later. So I had some problems because the notes of curriculum are on my phone, and but I am a teacher, so I figured it out. I decided to print from the app directly to my printer. I'm short on paper currently, but there was pages left beyond what I need for my school stuff to print, and the document was 3 pages. So it is kind of a rough sketch, and I have like notes on there and stuff that I can't show. So I'm gonna put it into here and organize it and play around with some sequencing and show you kind of what I'm thinking. So this is a personal notebook, so I'm kind of like, how far back are we going? I think this is probably good. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting because I'm going to take these strings out so it doesn't do anything weird. But I guess that's a little bit, oh no, I actually figured out the page. These pages are so thick, since it's the Archer and Olive ones, so they're like heavy paper. And I was looking for a Baron Fig because I have like a work Baron Fig brainstorming like notebook, but that is missing. It must be at school, shoved somewhere, but I honestly haven't seen it like since maybe summer, maybe last year. And I definitely took notes in it, so I'm like, hopefully it's somewhere. It's somewhere. Got my bag of tricks here. And we're just gonna put them all on. So let's have some fun. I never know what colors to use because I color code my classes. And what is with these? Oh, this is chaos. Okay, let's get some of these going in the right direction. There's a lot happening. I need to calm down. I know I do. We got a G2, we got whiteout, we got flare pens, we got zig doc markers, we got curriculum. Let's go. So I'm sorry about the lighting. It is definitely nighttime, and we're doing the best we can. So, gosh, I don't know where to start. I mean, I could go through all my units and then kind of figure out what I want to do. But I teach 4 classes, so I teach AP language, I teach like on track English 10, I teach like a 10 honors version that's more rigorous in college prep. I teach British literature, which is seniors, like graduation requirement. And then I teach, those are the 4. And I'm super pumped. I don't know what to start with. Maybe I should do this in 4 videos. Like 4 separate videos. I think that's what we'll do. So I guess for this one, I still have like series for goal planning and everything, and I just like didn't have it in me. So I think what will we do? Do we want to just do like a map of AP units? AP, I always go with like blue. So I think we will, man, I could do like a 2-page spread, but I'm going to skip a page. So it's almost, am I in the frame? I'm always like not in the frames. So sorry. So we'll do this. So AP language. And then we'll just do like a semester 2. And I have 1, 2, 3 units that I want to do. So the first one, I'm gonna give all credit, of course, to Caffeinated Classroom. Marie is talking about this technology and humanity unit, EQ, that her class is looking at on Limetown right now. Her class is, she's working with it with 2 pieces, and I was like, that's it. That is my next AP language unit to start semester 2. So things I'm going to start is like ECT prep, like almost DOL, and then we'll do some multiple choice too. Multiple choice. And then we're going to do quick write thesis statements. So I'm going to give them prompt, and they have to come up with a thesis in like 5 minutes. Okay, so that's going to be like the kind of ongoing stuff, I guess. We're going to do, how should I bullet these? Dot marker. Where's the dot marker? Love a good dot marker. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to do like a line of reasoning. I'm so pumped right now. You see like me in 2 modes. You see me in calm planner mode, and then I'm in like, let's go teacher mode. Okay, so line of reasoning, like an essay scramble. So they have to figure out like the order that it was in, like a 6 on the new rubric, 9 on the old rubric, and really strong exemplars, so that they get like what a strong line of reasoning is. So that's one. I just did this with my, but my honor said they might have done it freshman year, which means those kids would have done it. So scratch that. I'm not going to do it. Oh, geez. Okay. I am going to do the high school drama prompt, which goes into kind of some technology, like posting. There's like the Instagram post and things, and communication. So I think that will actually work pretty well with technology and like impact on humanity, especially in terms of, I'll just add a little flair, drama. So the high school drama prompt is a synthesis prompt that was created by Tim Freitas. I want to say he looks like my brother. It really freaks me out, Tim, if you're out there. It's honestly kind of scary. But, and then Katie Storms, they like did some revamping of it, and I don't know if anyone else was with it. Attributions, I know people have done differently, PowerPoints and slides, presentations with it, but it's all like all these pieces that have to do with this high school drama, and so the kids love it, they have fun with it. Both, I think last year's group, it worked really well, and this year's group, I'm super excited. So another piece that I've been wanting to do, I feel like it's all these things I've been wanting to do, even I had these kids last year too. So like social dilemma, I wanted to do with them last year, and then I was like, we're not gonna. And now I'm like, I can't spell dilemma. I was right the first time. So social dilemma. Limetown I've like vaguely heard about, but I'm gonna add it to check it out. And then synthesis plotting. Oh, that's like the research. So I think that's the research. Don't say anything else. Okay. Sorry, when this printed, it printed kind of all over the place, which is fine because it's good for me. But like research plotting. So they are going to pick maybe something with social media, and then like the social media and effects on sleep. A couple of them did that for research, so maybe I'll let them choose something else, but I think that'd be really cool. And they basically plot a synthesis essay without writing it, because it's a lot of work, but I like them to go through like the research process is synthesis, right? And so they have their initial kind of thesis statement, and then actually reading the sources, they can kind of like revise and tailor and modify. That's the only danger I think about having synthesis in a timed writing situation, is that it kind of forces kids to, especially practicing that skill, to come up with a belief and then like stick to it, since they're not having time to revise. So I do think that's a danger with the essay, where they're really not reading the sources, internalizing them, and going through a true reflective process. So College Board, AP, trademark, if you're out there, considerations. I think it's, it is what it is. So the Elizabeth Holmes documentary, which the name is blanking me, it's on HBO. I don't know if it's rated R, but there's clips from it, and I should probably say Elizabeth, otherwise we're gonna think Sherlock Holmes. Oh no, am I off camera? Oh, okay. Elizabeth. I'm just gonna add like an article because the documentary is really good. There are some F-bombs in it, so I muted them. I taught it with sophomores, and they were pretty high level advanced sophomores overall, that class, so wasn't an issue with muting it, and it was fun. It's a really like production-y documentary, so it's great to look at like what goes on, animation, color, symbolism, and I think that would really be interesting with this because she was just found guilty, but there's already appeal in process, which is just fascinating and kind of relevant and totally fitting with how does technology kind of impact humanity, because this is all about like getting tests, but the science behind it was evidently found in a jury of like fraud and not having the actual stuff to back up the claims of where investors' money was going as well. Wall-E is wonderful for social commentary. So I think that would be really accessible clip, and there's some kind of dark humor in it, or like the tone, which a couple of my kids, like that would pull in a range of like half of my kids, and just right now in general, they're all kind of feeling some of those things, I think, with COVID. And then I did write this awesome cold write argument prompt, and I do think cold writes are the most helpful. It's vulnerable for kids, but for movie theaters, about if movie theaters should be here with streaming, and maybe streaming wars. Maybe I can round that prompt out a little bit so it's a little bit more open. But yeah, I like that. I think that'd be interesting on humanity and like social interest too to discuss after. This is one unit. Let's see. So what else? I only have 2 more things on here. Can I fit them? They're both synthesis. So I should have done a dot there and a dot there, but instead I did 1 dot. It's fine. I'll just do syn. So synthesis essays. There's the windmill one, and handwriting, if it was the exemplar from last year, I think it was. So the one on like handwriting versus typing. Was it on just, or maybe it was just on cursive? I thought it was just on handwriting, but yeah, one of my kids came back from the thing and I was like, it was on handwriting or cursive or whatever, and he's like, I did it on the other one. And he got a 6 on the essay. Like he got a 6 on the AP language test. So whatever he did, he was doing it good. But yeah, okay, so that is unit 1. And then I think I can do these split. So I'm gonna go do 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 do. That's how we don't get copyrighted. We just sing ridiculous music. Thanks for hanging out and joining my show. Okay, so second unit, universality. Yes. Cycles and sacrifice. Woo! I love it. There's so much about this that I love, and I think sacrifice is something that's very like cyclical in nature, and things that are just like universal. I guess I could look at like, I don't want them to think like existential, because is that spelled right? Maybe, or like transcendental. We looked at transcendentalism, so it would be kind of a good like transcendentalism, but it also has like that modernism, and that's why I'm deciding to do our town, because we did Gatsby. I teach in a very small town. It's very, very, very much like their story, and I think, but with like the depth and the imagery, and so I'm really, really gonna hit up some RA with that. So rhetorical analysis, and more like RA nonfiction. which I'm also going to add in here a few, because that's something I don't want to lose it here and then totally come back to it. We need to grow. And then with our town, I'm going to double this up. I've decided, because I couldn't decide on how to do this, and like, you know, even teaching some context with this, with like redlining and stuff, like, I potentially could have some parents. I think I built enough trust with this group since I taught them last year that like, they get that, you know, I have their best interests at heart and everything. But I think I'm going to do the old film and use close reads from, and maybe a few will like read aloud, but we're going to read Our Town aloud too. But TPT from Mud and Ink. And next year I might change the order of some of my AP units if, you know. And then I was going to do this earlier, but I think I'm going to move it here because I think it would fit really well with the idea of cycles, because the song is so, like, songs in general and how Taylor Swift writes. And maybe some other TS stuff, because she's got some beautiful imagery. So 1-pager. And we are going to look at memory. And then also Gatsby connections. So we'll do some kind of layering there. And then number 3. So, to be honest, this is what I see as kind of January into February into break, which is then ACT. So we might do some like ACT writes. We might do like, you know, there's not much time and there's often snow days. So here, so that'll be March. So then, oh, I guess maybe I will jump right in. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Okay, so we will. So maybe, I think that'll be good. So we'll get started right away with memoir. So I'm going to have them choose like a personal kind of narrative memoir to read. And then we're going to do kind of the odds and end pieces that I used to have like a rhetoric unit. But we're going to do Patrick Henry's speech. And one of my students did it because she transferred from like on track 10. She wasn't in honors, and she did this already because I did this with my 10 with Animal Farm. But Give Me Liberty speech, and then the Patrick Henry, and then we're going to do Letter from a Birmingham Jail because we haven't done that yet. And I think these are some great pieces right before the exam that aren't going to be like too overwhelming. And then we're going to like a personal narrative. And I love the Equiano piece. And then also, we got some Amanda Gorman. I really want to use it right now. I might use it with my honors 10. But is New Days, her poem that she just came out with. I think that would be great to save, to like motivate them right before their exams and kind of rejuvenate them after break and into April. Because April is always rough. April's rough for me. But it kind of works because we do get a break between spring break and then where everything falls for, what do you call it? Where it falls with, we lost a little bit there. My brain. With, like, break around Easterish. So, because that they get off, I think, the Friday, and I think Thursday is like a half day for students, and so that splits up April a lot better, I think, this year. I'll have to look at the calendar, but it was early last year, and then I think this year it is like a couple of weeks, and then personally I have one more, so I'll probably take it in either February. February can be rocky for me. So unless February is like going really well, which it might be because I have this mapped out. Although this will be a new unit, but my other classes were doing Lord of the Flies play, which will be new, but I've taught Lord of the Flies, and Macbeth, which I've taught, and my honors, we're doing Importance of Being Earnest, which I taught the film and I know the play, but yeah, so this will be like the main stuff, and I've done a couple of these. This will be easy to flesh out and like some time to write, so it'll just be more the grading with AP language and feedback. That will be heavier, but ultimately feel good about it, and I've taught our town and a raisin, so then it kind of flips with my other classes as there's newer curriculum that I'm rolling out and trying. So thanks for sticking with me. This is the AP one, and then I'll take a look at, maybe I'll do one of the other ones tonight. We'll see. Okay. Have a great night. Feel free to subscribe too, because I want to do more of these, and then I'm going to do a curriculum, like Plan With Me playlist. So that's why I'm going to keep throwing these in. And yeah, so see you next time.